This house tour is brought to you by Squarespace.
We're in a custom-built home that we recently finished in West Vancouver, British Columbia. It has big views overlooking the oceans to the south and mountains to the back. The clients for this home are longtime friends of mine from university. They called me and they said that they bought this fabulous piece of land and that they planned on building a forever home, somewhere that they would stay for a very long time.
They wanted it to be a home where everybody comes back and gathers for years and years and years to come. They want the kids to bring their friends and families, and they wanted this to be the hub of the family. I would say this is a true West Coast aesthetic, bringing a lot of the exterior elements inside with nature, earth tones, textures. The husband and wife had very different ideas of what they wanted. He really liked bold contrast and she wanted a little bit more simpler, so we tried to marry the two together, but also keeping it nice and neutral and aesthetically pleasing for everyone.
This property is south-facing, so what most people would think is the front yard is really the backyard. That's where we wanted to have all the living, where you got the sunshine and you had the views. So the driveway was intentionally brought from the street up around to the back of the house, which is where we have the garages, and where we have the front door. So the back of the house is the front of the house, and the front of the house is the back. When you first walk in the front door, I think what strikes you is the view. You look beyond the dining room and out the windows. The windows are 8 feet tall, they run wall to wall, so there's lots of light that pours in.
The front hall, we decided to add a rough-hewn bench to add some nice warm natural textures. And then there's a beautiful Remedicio piece of furniture that kind of stops your eye from seeing directly into the dining room, but also allows a view of the ocean.
And probably one of the last things you notice in the foyer, but is really significant, is the lighting overhead. We have a bocce fixture that, oh, I've totally lost count. There's something like 30 of them up there. And hanging them was really fun because we actually mocked it up with balloons to decide how high each fixture should be. But they're a work of art themselves. With the open concept home, we had one structural post that we needed to conceal. So we clad that in the same white oak millwork. We actually created a second one towards the windows just for balance. And then we had arches custom made and finished and installed on site to define the dining room. And we just added a little bit of an architectural detail. With open concept living, we find it's really important to define spaces. If you want to create warmth and intimacy within rooms, you need to have rooms defined. So we defined the dining room with the arches. And with the living room, we've got a fireplace at one end that is significant. It's a very long fireplace. And we put the furniture grouping around it. A large area rug really helps. Often people do a smaller rug, which just ends up floating in the room. So we have the furniture anchored on a large rug. And we continued with the same color scheme throughout the house. The hints of black, the hints of white oak, and white walls.
Hi, I'm Bona from House & Home. We really hope you're enjoying this house tour. We just want to take a quick minute to talk about our sponsor, Squarespace. For those of you not familiar with Squarespace, it's the go-to platform for creating and managing your own unique website. It's the perfect solution if you're thinking of finally starting your own online business. Whether you're selling a product, a service, or even digital content like books or music, Squarespace can get you up and running in no time. It has all the tools you need to track product inventory, process payments, even set up flexible shipping and pickup options. Just start with one of the professionally designed templates and then customize the look and feel to make it your own. Squarespace's Fluid Engine makes it super easy with simple drag and drop tools, no coding needed. So head to squarespace.com today to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, be sure to go to squarespace.com/house&home to receive 10% off the purchase of a website or domain. And now back to the house tour.
We carried the same materials into the kitchen with the dark stone and the white contrasting, the white oak millwork, and then we clad all the appliances in millwork as well. We didn't want to have too much stone. We still wanted a lot of the wood to come through. So we did a 1/3, 2/3 detail with the countertop having a slight reveal at the end gable and the waterfall panel. This way it was a nice balance to protect the millwork on the edges as well as having another architectural detail that makes it different and special for the homeowners.
With the range wall, we intentionally did no upper cabinets. That's a wall that you see from the living room and from around the home, and we didn't want the kitchen to feel like a kitchen when you weren't using it. You know, in the evening when the lights are low, we just wanted that to be a feature.
We have 2 doors that flank the oven wall going into the pantry and then into the mudroom. And the special thing about these doors is we created them out of the same white oak millwork.
The pantry was designed as a breakfast room for everybody in the morning to make their coffee, make their smoothie, rather than messing up the whole entire kitchen and then heading out the door. The family comes in through the mudroom most of the time. So we've got these really cute hooks on the wall for everybody to hang stuff. We did cubbies on the wall for everybody's shoes. And there's lots of shoes. It was like shoes for 5 people that love shoes. And then we have clothes storage for coats.
The side door was important to the family as well because that is the dog run. So the dogs can just have this little space that's theirs that they can go and do their little doggy things.
Doggy business. In an open concept home, you want to find room for everybody. You know, the kids all have their own bedrooms, and our homeowner has his home office. So for his wife, we needed a space that could just be hers. She wanted to be able to still keep an eye on the house and on the kids and see what was happening. So we designed glass and steel doors that pivot and hold open at 90 degrees if you'd like to leave them open, and a custom 6-foot tall fireplace that's 2-sided. So you can see it from the dining room, you can see it from the lounge. And then within that small room, we've got just the most delightful, comfortable furniture, lots of soft colors and soft tones, light blues and greens, and even a little bit of blush in there. But the funny thing is it's become everyone's favorite room, so they're all in there. The staircase in this home is really special. It's made out of steel and was actually brought in 3 pieces with a crane, welded and site finished to look continuous and to appear as one piece. We weren't doing anything industrial. We still wanted it to appear very light, so we've painted it the same white as the rest of the walls. The treads on the staircase are actually done on both sides, the side you walk on and the side underneath, because they're both visible. So you see the sawtooth. And there was one installer working for the hardwood company who spent weeks doing nothing but the stairs, and she did a flawless job.
Principal bedroom, it's meant to be this retreat for the homeowners, but it's again just gathered everybody around. We've layered other textures and bedding. We've got some beautiful linen. We did a millwork detail for the headboard. And there's a double-sided fireplace to add some warmth.
And there's a really great patio or terrace off that bedroom as well, which definitely has the best views in the whole house. On the main floor, the main patio is covered, so the entire roof is the patio for the principal bedroom, including skylights that you can walk on. And that's really, again, supposed to just be for mom and dad, but I think it's become a hangout. The principal ensuite is a fairly large room. We wanted to bring in the same warmth that we had in the rest of the home. So we did some of the millwork in white oak. We did a long custom counter with integrated sink in white Corian. We did large format tiles on the floor in a light gray. We clad all the walls in Dectin. And I think the real feature of this room is the shower, which is done in a smoked glass.
The shower is actually his and hers, so we've got 2 green heads and 2 handheld showers. We did an integrated niche that's backlit, and we built out a niche for the freestanding tub so that there's a little shelf that she can put all her little trinkets and candles.
We have 2 very big windows in there, again, to bring as much natural light in as possible. But for privacy, we use smart glass. Just hit one button and the windows become obscure. On the lower floor, we have a home gym, a media room, a bar area, and a wine cellar.
The bar again is done in a style stone. We did the same countertop detail where we did the 1/3 stone and then carried that into the wood below. We've got some backlighting to highlight the shelves and to highlight the tile. So it also creates this really beautiful glow when you have parties and you can just have it all dimly lit. The powder room is actually probably one of our favorite spaces, I would say. How we made it warm again was added in more of the white oak slatted detail on the walls. We did an integrated sink with silestone quartz and then wrapped the walls in a beautiful wallpaper that adds a bit of texture and some softness.
The homeowners definitely consider this their forever house. It was built with the intention of them living out the next phase of their life here and enjoying their future grandchildren here and entertaining friends and family. They definitely intend on staying here for a very long time.
It was really quite rewarding. The clients gave us a lot of free rein to just come up with ideas and different ways to make this home comfortable for them for today, for tomorrow, for the kids, for everybody to come. So it was a really beautiful project to get to work on.